Hey y'all, I'm Presley again, back with part two of the video. So at this point, you should have your SCA account up and going. You did it correctly. You followed the link from your email. You did all of that. And now you want to start your application. So we're going to click SCA Community Programs. And it's going to take me here. So first, no matter what, I'm going to start with my basic application, which is just basic information that most of it you've already filled in, but some of it you haven't. So your first name, last name, your email, your phone number. So you're going to put whatever your birthday is. So you can't just type it in, which is kind of unfortunate. So you have to do this. I'm female. You can choose not to identify. And then you're going to put your current address, which best describes you. Have you had some high school? Most of you are in high school. You probably aren't a high school graduate yet. You're definitely not in your undergrad or master's or doctoral degree, at least not to my knowledge. And then your availability. So remember that the program does run June 29th through August 7th. So you need to be available for at least those days. So that's what I'm going to say that I am available through. Again, June 29th through August 7th. Are you legally authorized to work in the U.S.? So why you have to be one of these four things down here is because you will be paid. I'm going to say it's $8 an hour. It's like equivalent to minimum wage for the work that you do. So because of that, you have to be eligible to receive a paycheck, taxes, all of those things. So I am a U.S. citizen. And then I'm going to hit update contact information. Oh, okay, important thing to note. So for state, you're just going to do TX in capital letters. See if it works. Okay, changes saved. Perfect. So now once our basic application is done, we can move on to the program application. So we're going to go to the program application. You will be applying to the community crew application. This is the SCA program that you have read up on in the student portal. This is the one that you want to apply for. So you're going to put in your guardian information. So this is whoever you live with, whoever has legal guardianship of you. If you have someone else you want to add, you can add their information as well. And then you're going to start your essays. So a maximum of 255 characters per essay, including spaces. This is truly like a short response. So I actually looked up, and this sentence right here, including the things that are in parentheses and the period, is 221 characters with space, or including space. So again, this is really, it isn't even necessarily an essay. It is like writing a really solid 1 to 2 sentence max response to these questions. Again, this is characters, not words. So the first one is have you done any community service or volunteer work in the past? If you have, go on and condense and write what you have done. If you haven't, say, no, I have not had the opportunity to do volunteer work in the past. However, I would love for this SCA program to give me the opportunity or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Again, this doesn't have to be outdoor community service or volunteer work. I know the program with SCA, you will be working outdoors, but this could be work in your church, in your community, in your school, things like that. And then, what do you enjoy about the outdoors? Have you ever been camping before? Again, I've never been camping, so I would say no, but then I would list the things that I enjoy about the outdoors. And then the last one is, why did you decide to apply to SCA? What are you most excited about? So this should be genuine. This should just come from the heart. Why are you applying and what are you excited about? I hope that would be a really easy question to answer. I think all three of these are, especially considering, again, it's like a sentence or two. But just make sure that you are throwing a dash of yourself in there, but also answering all of the questions that they're asking. And then physical ability. Are you in athletic activities? If you don't participate in any, just say NA, or I'm not in them, or whatever. Could you walk 30 to 60 minutes carrying a 10-pound pack? If you're like, I have no clue, there's no way, whatever, you're going to answer these questions honestly. Be honest, because you don't want to put yourself out there and end up hurting yourselves because you're trying to exert yourself too much because you weren't prepared or whatever. Are you able to perform manual labor? Can you bend, squat, and walk on uneven ground? Are you able to live and work in temperatures as cold as 30 degrees Fahrenheit? I don't know where you're going to find 30 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle of July, but if you do, please let all of us know because I think we would all love that. But again, you're just going to answer these questions, and then you've got some general questions. Do you need community service for high school graduation requirements? I know some high schools have required that. I don't know if your high school does. If you're unsure, I would say you could ask school official, but we're not in school. Do what you can about that one. If you answer it incorrectly, I don't think it's the end of the world. So again, do you have a personal vehicle? Do you have access to public transportation? Which program are you applying to? You're applying to the summer program, not the school year. The next important thing, program city. We live in Houston. You should click Houston. Don't apply for the program in New York. And then what languages do you speak at home? This can be whatever you speak. If you speak multiple, go for it. And then you're going to come here and you're going to say, you're going to read this. You're going to say, I read and agree to the terms. One great thing is if you have to start this application and come back later, you can save your community application. But once all of this information is complete, you're going to submit your community application. Again, I didn't fill my application out and I'm not eligible to reply, so I'm not actually going to submit. But we're going to save. So it has everything that I have done. Application saved, perfect. You can see that it works. So moving forward, we're just going to assume that I submitted and that part is done. I'm going to scroll all the way back up because I want to close out this tab. And then, okay, so the hard part's done. And then there is the final application. This is information that you don't have to share out, but if you'd like to provide additional information to the program, then you can go on and do that. Again, this is information that they have stated is just optional information. It is not required. So if you don't feel comfortable answering these questions, you don't have to. If you want to, you can go on and do so. So now, at this point, your application inside of this hub is complete. Congrats, round of applause to you. You've done it. And then so there's one last step, and this step is to complete a super short Google survey form. So you can find this form in the application notes of the SCA Summer Program flow in the student portal. So I'm actually going to pull that up. So this is me logged in if I were a student. I just typed in Student Conservation Association under the Find a Flow option. And so I'm going to scroll down. Where's the application notes? Oh, here we go. You see you've got to complete this short application. It isn't linked or hyperlinked, so you're just going to have to copy and paste and go in to this right here and complete it. It's your email, your phone number, your first and last name, your school, parents' information, their first and last name, their phone, their email address, how you heard about SCA, again, that's Discover You. And then this is where you put in some information because you will be contacted for a phone interview if they want to follow up. I think a lot of the times most students do get contacted for a phone interview. It's not in person. Just say which one works better for you. For me, it would be both. Have you completed your SCA application? Have you hit submit? Hopefully you have. Yes. And then what grade you're in. And then you're going to hit submit. Again, that's a super short follow-up survey. It just helps the program SCA know, hey, I've applied, I'm interested, I'm ready to be contacted to set up a phone interview with the SCA program manager. So once you have completed those two steps or those two separate applications, again, the application on the SCA website and then this short Google survey, you have officially applied to the program. So again, congrats to you. If you have any questions about the program, feel free to contact your Flow advisor or email info@discoverus.org, and someone at the organization will definitely help you through your application and to get going. I hope you found this webinar and these past two webinars helpful, and I wish you the best of luck with your application. Thanks.